Welcome to Riding Mower King. I just did a service on this little Simplicity single stage snowblower, and luckily we got some snow, so I get to test it out. And I got surprised after about 10 minutes, and you're going to see why I decided to make this video real quick. So I'm actually going to get to test out this snowblower, and the gas gauge does work. It is cold out here. Now you can hear that this is surging a little bit, but when I got done with the service in the garage where it was about 60 degrees, it ran fine. But right now it's about 50 degrees colder, so I guess I got to clean that carburetor a little bit more. If you've ever had the chance to use one of these little single stage snowblowers like this, you'll know that they actually come in really handy for this kind of thing where I'm blowing around the car and it's just so easy to maneuver compared to a two-stage that's self-propelled. Yeah, self-propelled is nice, but you know, this isn't a whole lot of snow, but even if it was 6 or 8 inches, it's still going to throw the snow. But, you know, this is nice and light, and it's just so easy to move around in these confined areas. Now, if this was a two-stage with self-propel and all, it would be a little bit more tedious to move it around in this small area here. So, you know, if you have this kind of situation, don't overlook one of these. You know, maybe you're not going to use it for your whole driveway, but if you can pick one of these up cheap, that's in good shape, you know, these are really handy to have around, and they're easy to put in the back of your truck to go down the street and do your neighbor's sidewalk, or you know, your elder parents. You know, these are just a really handy little machine to have. So yes, here's this Simplicity that I just got done doing a service on, and I was able to test it out, and it worked about 10 minutes, and this is what happened. It broke on that side, and we got a big chunk missing over here. Now if we look at the other side, there's no damage on that one. There's some wear here, but it seems like this is more plastic than rubber. So you can tell by the way that's worn there, that's actually plastic. You know, this looks like it's a Toro kind of auger setup here, impeller, you know, but this is actually, you know, closer inspection, this is actually plastic. So I wonder if this just got old, that it cracked like that, because I was definitely not expecting that. I always thought these were rubber, but this sure looks like plastic. Let's see if we can figure out what year this is. Well, the emission says 2011. Okay, there. Date of manufacture, 2011. So this is what, 13 years old? Is that the lifespan on plastic? On a plastic impeller? Or was it just too cold? I'm kind of surprised that they would use plastic on something like that that has to, you know, be strong enough not to crack. So we'll do a little research and look into that, see what happens. So now, just for the heck of it, I came over to check this snapper I have. It's a snapper SS922e electric start. You know, it's basically the same, except that engine says 8 on it for 8 foot-pounds of torque. The other one was a 9. You know, this part is pretty much the same, except you have a manual rotation instead of having the remote handle. And this auger is basically the same thing. They're both 22s. It's probably the same part number. And, you know, I felt this one, and it's got an edge there. This is plastic. I pulled on it, and it cracked. So this one also needs a new blade. So I always thought they were rubber. Maybe you guys already knew they were plastic if you already had to replace one. But I don't get too many of these that I actually repair and try to resell because they're usually wore out. But these are a little bit newer ones. This date of manufacture is 2010. The Simplicity was a 2011. They're the same machine, except for the remote rotation on the Simplicity. But you know, that's a surprise to me that you use these things in the cold and that impeller is going to break, or the auger is going to break. So now I got to order a couple of those. So yeah, this plastic auger deal is something new to me. I always thought those were rubber. I'll have to get a couple. I'll do a little research on how long they last, and I will add that into the video where I did the service on this little snowblower. And I learned something. Maybe you learned something. Hit the like button and subscribe, please. We'll see you in the next video.